Hey, how's it going? Checking in with updates and progress steps taken towards the speaking goals. And the main thing today, well, actually there's two things. One thing that I did do, one thing that I didn't do, and I'm not really sure why. So I'll get to that one. But the thing that I did do was to get a proposal in for the Toastmasters District Conference for a keynote, which is I would love to do actually. It's a really good platform, a really good stage. I think there was about 800 people at the event last year that I went to, and it was a great event. I was just participating as a member of Toastmasters. Something like 32 countries were represented. Usually you just get people from the area, which is the sort of the south of England, going along to it. But with it being virtual, and it was a good lineup last year, they were coming in from all over the place. And I think they're anticipating the same again. So I'm really keen to get a spot as one of the keynote speakers. I'm fairly confident that I'll be able to get one of the workshop slots, having spoken to the lady who's organising the agenda, or is involved in organising the agenda last week. And I sent her over a couple of options for keynotes, both of which could actually be expanded into workshops. One's around bridging the gap between knowing and doing, and actually getting the most amount of actionable information from anything we do, like Toastmasters conferences, for example. And the other is around managing your energy for on and offline presentations. So I think that they're both pretty strong contenders. I'm feeling fairly confident that there's a good chance that at least one of them, with a bit of tweaking, could be a serious contender for one of the keynote slots. So we'll just have to wait and see what comes back from that. I know they're trying to wrap up the conference agenda by the end of this month, so they can publish it. But yeah, we'll see what comes from that. As I said, I'd feel very kind of honoured to get a slot presenting at that conference. So that's the thing that I did do. The thing that I didn't do was to send off a proposal for a piece of paid work, which has come across my desk. Conversation I had yesterday, it's I know what it is. It's that kind of inner resistance. It does take a little bit of work. It takes a little bit of effort to put together a proposal. It's got to be bespoke. It's got to be the right word, the right language, and it always feels like there's just one shot at doing it, because if it's not right, and usually the person I'm sending it off to then has to bump it up the chain of command to get the okay from the powers that be, the budget holders, to say yay or nay. So it always feels like there's a lot of pressure on putting these proposals together, and so I end up putting it off. And there's always a bit of inner resistance and reluctance to do it. And I know what it comes down to. It's as it always has been. It's the fear of rejection, the pressure, and even though there's not, like, it's something that came up end of last week. I had a call yesterday, and I'll put the proposal in. I will do it. Of course I'll do it. I'll do it tomorrow. And if it comes back as nothing, then I've got back to having nothing. So it goes from nothing, it comes back to nothing. So there's nothing been lost, except for a little bit of time. And what's been gained is potentially some lessons, some more experience, some more of an understanding of different organisation budgets, all of those things. But there's just this, yes, this is definitely my biggest inner resistance to get over. It's like, I need some kind of a mindset coach. If only I knew someone. It's like, I know all this. I know it. Maybe I do actually just need... In fact, you know what? It's not that I need to work with somebody on this. I've worked with people on this in the past, and I am a lot better at it now. But I do at least now recognise when this is the reason I'm putting it off. So I procrastinated. I did other things instead. I even had it down on my list to write this. I had an hour. Give myself an hour to do it. It takes 15 minutes, 20 minutes maybe, half an hour tops. I know more or less what I'm going to do. And actually, the longer I leave it, the harder it becomes, because I then have to remind myself, refresh my memory as to what did I say I was going to do. I've got my notes written down, but it's always easier to do as soon as possible after that initial call. So maybe that is the lesson to come out of this, which I probably wouldn't have fully explored had I not been doing these daily videos. So once again, thank you, Daily Videos, for that little bit of wisdom and insight into the inner workings of my mind. It's always strange when this happens when I'm recording these, because I never re-record them. I say, oh, this is very personal and private and rambly. Maybe I'll re-record it. Never happens. I'd always just finish it. 5 minutes, we're up to 5 minutes now. I'm just gonna hit the stop button in a minute, upload it, and you know, what will be will be. So there we go, that's my check-in and update for today. Some good stuff, some lessons, and some intentions set for tomorrow. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and check back in again tomorrow for another daily update. Bye for now.